I do have skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Kia ora koutou. I'm joined by the new Commissioner of Police, Andrew Costa, who will share the latest on how police are managing their response during the Level 4 restrictions. After that, I'll give you an update on the all-of-government response to COVID-19. Over to you, Commissioner.
Tēnā koutou. Today I wish to provide an overview of police enforcement of the Level 4 restrictions with a focus on travel over the Easter period. I'll provide a broad summary of crime trends, and I wish to cover some of the challenges our staff are facing every day on the front line. I'd like to start by acknowledging the majority of New Zealanders who are following all the advice and obligations of the Level 4 restrictions. Our staff have encountered many people who are being very conscientious and following the rules. It is of course a minority that continue to pose the biggest risk around the breaches. You'll have noted today that we've issued a clear warning to those intending to travel out of town for Easter that they should change their plans immediately. Police will have an increased presence in the community. People can expect to see more checkpoints and more mobile patrols. Districts will have some flexibility as to how to best manage this, but I know that in some areas, checkpoints will be the most logical way of checking legitimate travel. We've recorded a total of 367 breaches of the Civil Defence Emergency Management or Health Act notices, up 76 on yesterday. There are 45 prosecutions, 309 warnings and 13 youth referrals. We're continuing to receive a huge number of reports of potential breaches, which tells us that members of the public clearly want others to comply, a positive signal. To date, we've received 37,000 reports of breaches. Just under 7,000 of those were about businesses or organisations. In relation to self-isolation checking for those who have come across the border, since the 3rd of April, police has conducted just almost 1,200 face-to-face checks on all arrivals into New Zealand. 575 of those were conducted yesterday alone. I'm confident that by the end of the week, we will have 100% of those arriving in the country being visited by police as part of a compliance check. For the moment, we're continuing to use the text service to help us with our understanding of where people are, and if they don't engage, who we need to add to our lists for visits. In terms of crime, based on the trends to date, we're not forecasting any significant increase in crime over the coming period. We have been seeing an increase in family harm-related calls for service, and we're working closely with our partners to ensure those people can be looked after. We take family harm calls very seriously, and we will attend. We urge people to call us on 111 if they're concerned for themselves, others, their neighbours. Our initial data, and based on what we know happened overseas, suggests we can expect an increase in calls about mental health as people struggle with the impact of isolation and the general stress of this situation. Similarly to mental health calls, international research suggested there may be an increase in self-harm situations. However, thankfully, we have not seen this yet. In relation to police staff safety, the total number of staff who have tested positive for COVID-19 remains at just 2. They continue to be supported and managed appropriately. We have currently some 600 staff in self-isolation, half of those being constabulary members. The behaviour of a small minority of people in targeting police staff or members of the public by coughing or spitting is extremely disappointing and concerning. We have identified spitting as an escalating risk to both police officers and the community. There have been multiple reports of hospital staff and supermarket workers being spat on or being threatened in the same manner. Since the introduction of the Level 4 restrictions, 8 of our people have had to self-isolate after being spat at by people who either said they had tested positive for COVID-19 or who had symptoms of being unwell. If someone does spit or cough on another person, and infect them, they risk being charged with infecting with disease under the Crimes Act and face a penalty of up to 14 years imprisonment should they be found guilty. While we have a range of measures in place to protect our people, given the frontline nature of police work, there are risks. This completely unacceptable behaviour of spitting puts our people and others at risk. It causes stress and anxiety as affected staff are then required to self-isolate until we can confirm whether or not COVID-19 may be present. I'm incredibly proud of our staff, like the many of hundreds of other emergency workers and essential workers who commit themselves to the work they are doing for the sake of a safe and well community. Thank you.
And make us drive with no licence.
What supermarket are we going to? We'll follow you there, then we'll follow you back to your home address, which is as per the lockdown rules. What supermarket are we going to, guys? What supermarket? Which supermarket?
You're actually making us not want to even go shopping.
Yeah, you don't want to go shopping. I thought you were going shopping.
I'm going shopping, that's why I've got a shopping list. And I've got your whole attitude. Oh, hang on, here's Nana's meds.
We heard
Nana's meds, hang on. Here's
options
the shopping list, 2 meters, Panadol.
Listen to me, your options are, okay?
Don't try to correct your stupid list.
You're under arrest for lockdown breach.
What?
You're under arrest for lockdown breach, or we're going to the supermarket now.
I'm going to the supermarket. We're trying to go to the supermarket, but you won't give us our
Let's go to
license
the
back.
supermarket.
You won't give us our license back.
Let's go to the
Because you're like bigger than my uncle.
Are we going to the supermarket?
And you'll be getting this as my personal message.
Are we going to the supermarket? Yeah?
I'm going to the supermarket. Can I please have the license?
No.
We can't have the license? Come to the supermarket. Yeah, for sure. Don't let them know. Oh, I'm going to the supermarket. I don't preach for you, little man.
Where are we going?
Okay? I don't preach for you, little man. Don't try and entice us into some crime. Don't try to turn Steve Bailey into a crime. I'm not your dare trophy. I'm out. I'm going. See ya.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys might want to get in your car so you can follow us to the supermarket.
That's what we're
Because we need a mean police escort because my safety is imperative.
That's our option, so we'll follow
It's your option. That's your opinion, motherfucker. It's not an option. It's your opinion.
Stopped going to the supermarket. Police speak out over viral video Tuesday, April the 21st, 2020. 3:18 p.m. Police have spoken out after a video of their interaction with 2 men on their way to the supermarket went viral. The video, filmed in Wagari earlier in this month's lockdown, shows police questioning 2 men and confiscating their driver's licenses, despite their pleas that they are going to the supermarket for essential items. Now police have revealed one of the men is a patched gang member who has been warned by police for repeatedly breaching lockdown conditions. The heated exchange has been shared widely on social media and reported on by overseas news sites. The passenger and the man speaking in the video is Stephen Daly, a patched member of the Headhunters gang. "Do you want us to drive without a license?" Daly asks in the video. One of the officers then tells that while it's not an offence to drive without a license, it is an offence to not produce it when asked to.
Hi sir,
Okay,
how are you?
good mate. How are you?
Good. The reason I've stopped you, I just noticed that you're filming some
You haven't
footage
stopped
through
me.
here. The reason I'm speaking to you is because I've noticed you're shooting some footage through there.
Yeah,
It's private premises over there, so
it's public property where I am,
shooting
aren't
into a private premise,
I?
it's
Okay.
almost akin to peeping and peering.
Pardon me?
It's almost akin to peeping and peering.
I don't
into a
understand what you're
private
talking
premise.
about. I'm on a public
certainly,
road.
no
I'm
problem.
filming from a public area,
No problem
so
whatsoever, but
I'm sure
filming
Google
into-
has a better shot of this than I
filming
do.
whatsoever, but
I'm sure
filming
Google has a
into-
better shot of this than I do,
Filming into a private premise.
which I'm quite allowed to do.
No, you're not.
Really? Can you cite that law for me?
You're not allowed to shoot.
Can you cite me that
Yeah,
law?
I just told you it's akin to peeping and peering.
Okay, what legislative
Can I see
law
your
of society?
identification, please?
For what purpose? Can I have your identification, please?
My name is Brian Leslie, Sergeant at the Waitakere Police Station.
Okay, and
Have
for
your
what purpose do you need my identification for? Excuse me, sir. Sergeant? What purpose do you need my identification for?
I've already asked you for your identification.
For
Your
what
driver's
purpose,
license.
sir? Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Sir, do you suspect me of committing a crime? Excuse me, sir, do you
Are you
suspect
on a
me?
public road? You just told me,
This is a public road.
Right.
I have
And
free
you're a road
access
user in a
to.
vehicle.
I'm a man.
So I have the right to see your driver's license, and I'm not going to
Under
ask
what
you.
authority, sir?
I'm not going to ask you again.
Or what do you mean you're not going to ask me again? What does that mean? Excuse me, sir, what does... Excuse me, who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, why is this man not answering my questions? I'm fine. Why are you hiding?
Why are you filming?
Because
Are
I
you a
have
road
a right
user,
to.
sir? Are you a road user?
I'm a man
Are you a
sitting
road
in my
user?
property.
Are you on a public road?
I'm on the
Are you on-
ground.
You told me you're on a public place. On
I'm in a public
road.
area, yes, that's
Right.
correct.
This
And there's
public
no
area here
expectation
is
of
actually your
privacy
road.
in public,
This
is
public
there?
area here is actually your
Am
road.
I being detained?
This public area here is
Am
your
I
road.
being
I'm
detained,
telling you to
sir?
stay here until I
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're not free to go.
Then am I being detained, sir?
I have the right to see your driver's license.
I have the right to know why I'm being detained without delay. Can you give me reasonable articulated suspicion as to why you're detaining me, sir?
I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big...
You're not free to move, sir.
Why is that, sir?
I've asked for your driver's license. You're a
For
road
what
user
purpose?
on a public road.
Yeah, and do you suspect me of
Are
committing
you
an
on a
injury?
public road, yes or no?
Do you suspect me of
Are you
committing...
on a public road?
Do you suspect
Are you on a
me...
public road?
Do you suspect me of
Are you on a
committing
public
a
road?
road, a breach against the Land Transport Act 1998? Do you suspect me of
Are you on
committing a
a public
breach?
road?
You don't.
Do you suspect me of committing an
Are you
offence,
on a
sir?
public
Owners, they own you.
I am in
They
my
own
property.
Are you on a
everything.
public
They own
road?
all
On
important
the land.
Are you on a
They own
public
and
road?
control the corporation.
What aren't
They
you
own
understanding,
important
sir?
things,
Are you
the
on a
Senate,
public
the Congress,
road?
the
Sergeant.
state houses, the city halls,
Are
they
you
got
on a
the
public
judges in
road?
their back pocket, and they own all
am
the
I obliged to answer your questions?
Just about
Are
all
you
the
on a
news
public
and
road? I'm
Am I
trying to
obliged
assist in you in
They got
answering
you
your
I don't need your
questions.
assistance, sir. Did I ask you for your assistance? You've approached me while I've parked here doing my own thing.
I have the right under the Land Transport Act
Well,
to
we
get your
know
license.
what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else.
You can have
Your
that.
I'll
driver's
tell you what they
license,
don't
please,
want.
You can have
Are you
that.
telling me you're not a licensed driver?
Citizens capable
I'm
of
not telling you
critical thinking. They
anything.
don't want
I have the right
Well,
to
it's you, you're not a
silence.
licensed driver.
Oh, I am. There's a driver's license right there, sir. You can see that from me. No, I'm not going to give it to you. You can see it from me. Of course you can.
They don't want people who are smart enough to
And I'd
sit
like
around
to
the
know
kitchen table
why
and figure out
you've
how
stopped
bad it is
me,
to get
why
the
you're
system that
approaching me.
overboard 30 fucking years ago.
Because I'm
They don't
filming
want
a
that.
public area
What
where
they
there's no
want, they want
expectation of privacy whatsoever, which I'm allowed to.
obedient
Oh, really? You go and arrest
people who are
Google
just smart
because
enough to
Google has
run
better
these
shots of your land than I
They're
do.
just dumb enough.
Don't you try and run me over, mate. Don't you dare. You're running over my foot right now. Back off. You're on my toe. Look at this. He's run. Get off my fucking toe. You're moving forward. Back up. Get off my toe. You are. Get off of my toe. You evil man.
If I could just get you to pull down the road so we're not right round the corner, that'd be much appreciated. Just find a place that's not
I was
wide
actually
as
just
possible.
going to pull off on the side of the road there, Neil, if that's all right with
That'd be
you.
fine. That'd be great.
Brilliant.
If you do not produce your driving licence now for me to inspect, then
Is that an order or
I
a
will-
request, sir?
It's a legal request. All this can be discussed in a moment.
This will be discussed right now.
Okay, I am asking you to produce your driving licence to me right now for inspection. If you do not, I will take that to be a failure to produce your driving licence and I will charge you for that offence.
You ran away from me last time I tried to talk to you. You drove off in a 100k area doing far faster than you were supposed to, without lights, without warning, without any lights or sirens. I
take
followed
it
you
that
last
you're not
time,
going
Neil.
to produce your driving licence.
I am happy to produce anything you order me to do.
I am happy to produce anything you order me to do.
I am happy to produce anything you order me to do.
I'm not ordering you to do anything.
I'm not ordering you to do anything.
Aren't you?
Okay. You are required to produce your driving licence for inspection.
Police repeatedly asked the men which supermarket they were traveling to. Stephen Daly is a patched member of the Headhunters gang. Police then ask Daly and the driver which supermarket they are heading to, saying they will follow them there and then back to their bubble. Daly then produces his shopping list and criticizes the attitude of police, telling them that he needs to be outside to get Nana's meds along with other essentials. The driver then swears at police as Daly attempts to calm him, saying, "We don't do angry." Daly posted the video to his Facebook account but later removed it, saying it was due to a request from a family member. He also thanked his supporters and criticized the police with an expletive. Daly is active on social media and has posted videos showing himself doing burouts and firing guns. Inspector Marty Ruth of Northland Police told the Herald that the police take community safety seriously and have been carrying out regular patrols to ensure that those out in public are only undertaking essential travel. The man shown in this video is a patched gang member who is known to police, Ruth said. He was previously spoken to during the lockdown period on 3 separate occasions and was warned after being found by police doing burouts in public and breaching other alert level 4 restrictions. The man was stopped again by police after he was found in public and this time claimed he was going to the supermarket. The man is a suspended driver and was being driven by an associate. He was again spoken to by police and warned that if he was not carrying out essential travel that he may be arrested for being in repeated breach of the restrictions. The encounter went viral. Police also revealed why they made the decision to carry the pair's licenses, revealing that they made the decision in light of his previous breaches. Officers made the decision to carry his license on them while they followed him to the supermarket, to ensure he was indeed undertaking essential travel, where they would return his license to him afterwards, Ruth told the Herald. After waiting in line at the supermarket for a short time, the man and his driver left without purchasing anything. Police have yet to locate the man's associate to return his license. Ruth said the officers acted in a calm and professional manner despite facing verbal abuse by this man. I commend their actions and I want to reiterate that police will take necessary action if people are found to be repeatedly breaching the restrictions and putting our community at risk, he added. Our response is to educate and speak to people during this unique environment. Arrests are typically made as a last resort.